Hello, my name is Pastor Kris Kollar. I'm the pastor of Pleasant Valley Lutheran Church near Malabar Farm State Park and St. Paul Lutheran Church in Lucas, Ohio. Greetings. We are reading through the Bible with commentary. We are in Psalm 119, and if you are a regular follower of this channel, you may have noticed that every recording I am wearing a different suit jacket. And yes, I do wear them again. And if you look at a whole big long list of them, you'll see eventually the same suit jacket, although sometimes like this one's with a turtleneck and sometimes with a blouse. And I am wearing the exact same thing as I was wearing in the previous video because this is Psalm 119, which is the longest psalm and I think the longest chapter in the Bible. It is very, very long. And we went long with the previous recording. We did the first half of Psalm 119, and now we're going to do the second half of Psalm 119. And because I've missed some days recording, I'm just going to go ahead and record these back to back, and they will get posted at 5 a.m. on 2 successive days. And again, hello, Tom and Peggy. So yes, I'm still up and it's getting late and I'm still doing this recording so that it will be up and loaded. But as I was saying in our previous session, Psalm 119 is another acrostic psalm where it's A, B, C, except for it's not in English, it's in Hebrew. So it's Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, He, Hey. And not only that, but each of the sections, so it's in sections of 8 verses, and each of the 8 verses in Hebrew start with that letter. So every one of the lines starts with the same letter. Not only that, but in each section has 8 synonyms for Torah. Torah, on one hand, means the first 5 books of the Bible: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. But Torah has a bigger meaning. It's kind of, it's these 8 synonyms: law, decree, precepts, statutes, commandments, ordinances, word, promise. It's the teachings of God. It is what God commands and, that was one of the words, commands, decrees, and promises to God's people is Torah. So Torah is this big word, and oftentimes in Hebrew, these words that don't translate well because it's too big of a concept. And the idea of following Torah, that is a blessing, that it's not onerous and terrible we have to do all these laws. It's not actually that hard to avoid murdering somebody. At least I don't think it is. The whole law is summed up, as we'll hear in the New Testament, by love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. Or put it even shorter, love God, love others. Against such things there is no law. In other words, when we get to the New Testament, Jesus will sum up the entire law and the prophets, the Torah of God, in this idea of loving God and loving people, which includes walking humbly, choosing righteousness and mercy, and looking out for the people on the edges of society, not being arrogant and proud and pushing around and gaining a lot of money and power. But justice and equity means no matter who somebody is, when they come before the judge, they are treated as equitably and fairly as any other person, whether they're rich or poor, black or white, male or female, equal. Fairness, justice, righteousness is equaled with all of that. So Psalm 118 is this wonderful, long, but wonderful psalm about the Torah. And so each of these sections starts with the same Hebrew letter and has these 8 synonyms for Torah: law, decrees, precepts, statutes, commandments, ordinances, word, promise. And we have heard that already. So we've read half of it. We are now up to the letter Lamed, Lamed, which corresponds to the English letter L. Verse 89, the Lord exists forever. Your word is firmly fixed in heaven. Your faithfulness endures to all generations. You have established the earth, and it stands fast. By your appointment they stand today, for all things are your servants. If your law had not been my delight, I would have perished in my misery. I will never forget your precepts, for by them you have given me life. I am yours. Save me, for I have sought your precepts. The wicked lie in wait to destroy me, but I consider your decrees. I have seen a limit to all perfection, but your commandment is exceedingly broad. So for lament, the Lord existing and creating and establishing and making all things stay. And if the psalmist says, if I had not delighted in the law, in the Torah, I would have perished in my misery. And asking still for God to save, and that the wicked lie in wait. And all the way through Psalm 119, we're hearing about the wicked and the arrogant lying snares and attacking. But I have seen a limit to all perfection, but your commandment is exceedingly broad. That's an interesting sentence. Next letter is mem, M-E-M, which it does correspond to English letter M. Verse 97, oh, how I love your law. It is my meditation all day long. Your commandment makes me wiser than my enemies, for it is always with me. I have more understanding than all my teachers, for your decrees are my meditation. So this person has been taught, but as they've meditated on the law, the teachings on Torah, they have become more broad. They understand better than their teachers do because of meditating. And so there's already twice that we've seen the word meditation in this little section, and the idea of considering, pondering, meditating on the law of the Lord, the teachings of God, makes us wiser. Verse 100, I understand more than the aged, for I keep your precepts. I hold back my feet from evil every day in order to keep your word. I do not turn away from your ordinances, for you have taught me. How sweet are your words to my taste, sweeter than honey to my mouth. Through your precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way. So this person has gained a lot of understanding by hearing the law, the Torah, by practicing it, by meditating on it. They become wiser than the people who taught them. Next letter is nun, spelled like a nun, N-U-N, and it does correspond to an English letter N. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Is that Sandy Patty or is that Amy? I think it's this wonderful Your Word. I know this song. Your word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. And in this case, word is Torah. And it's the idea that as we follow the teachings of God, it is a light that guides us, a lamp to our feet, a light to my path. It helps us to know the right way to go. Metaphorically, not just a physical flashlight. Verse 106, I have sworn an oath and confirmed it to observe your righteous ordinances. I am severely afflicted. Give me life, O Lord, according to your word. Accept my offerings of praise, O Lord, and teach me your ordinances. I hold my life in my hand continually, but I do not forget your law. The wicked, here we are again with the wicked. We've heard arrogant and wicked in almost every single section. The wicked have laid a snare for me, but I do not stray from your precepts. Your decrees are my heritage forever. They are the joy of my heart. I incline my heart to perform your statutes forever to the end. So the idea that God's teachings guide us to the right way to live, and as we live according to the right way, that God holds us and teaches us and guides us, And even if the wicked lay a snare for us, that we would be walking in what is the right thing to do by holding on and following God. Next letter is Samek, S-A-M-E-K, corresponds to a letter S. Verse 113, I hate the double-minded, but I love your law. You are my hiding place and my shield. I hope in your word. Go away from me, you evildoers, that I may keep the commandments of my God. Uphold me according to your promise, that I may live, and let me not be put to shame in my hope. Hold me up, that I may be safe, and have regard for your statutes continually. You spurn all who go astray from your statutes, for their cunning is vain. All the wicked of the earth you count as dross. Therefore I love your decrees. My flesh trembles for fear of you, and I am afraid of your judgments. So hating the double-minded, but loving the Torah, the law, that God, once again, is a hiding place. It's the first we've heard it in Psalm 119, but so many of the Psalms that we've read so far have been full of hiding place, refuge, rock, this place that we can rest in God. And that here again, we hear God is a place of refuge, a hiding place, a shield, that we can hope and rest in God. And again, evildoers, that we want them to go away, and asking God to hold me up. And all those evil people, their cunning is in vain, because God counts them as dross. What is dross? That's the stuff after you burn, if you have some mineral like a silver and you refine it in the fire, the part that burns off is the dross. It's worthless. It's nothing. Next letter is Ayin, A-Y-I-N, and according to my footnotes, there is no English equivalent to Ayin. Verse 121, I have done what is just and right. Do not leave me to my oppressors. Guarantee your servant's well-being. Do not let the godless oppress me. My eyes fail from watching for your salvation and for the fulfillment of your righteous promise. Deal with your servant according to your steadfast love, and teach me your statutes. I am your servant. Give me understanding, so that I may know your decrees. It is time for the Lord to act, for your law has been broken. Truly I love your commandments, more than gold, more than fine gold. Truly I direct my steps by all your precepts. I hate every false way. So I haven't commented, but as we've been reading through Psalm 119, over and over again, we hear this love of the Torah, how much the psalmist loves the law of God, this way of righteousness, this way that gives life. And this time claiming, I have done what is just and right, and then asking for God to protect, and from in this case, it doesn't say wicked or arrogant, it says the godless. Do not let the godless oppress me. It is time for the Lord to act. So the next letter is Pe, P-E, which corresponds to an English letter P. Verse 129, your decrees are wonderful, therefore my soul keeps them. The unfolding of your words gives light. It imparts understanding to the simple. With open mouth I pant because I long for your commandments. Turn to me and be gracious to me, as is your custom toward those who love your name. Keep my steps steady according to your promise, and never let iniquity have dominion over me. Redeem me from human oppression, that I may keep your precepts. Make your face shine upon your servant, and teach me your statutes. My eyes shed streams of tears, because your law is not kept. So, again, God's law is wonderful, so we're going to keep it, in fact, long for it. And this idea, again, that the Torah, the commandments, it's not a heavy thing, it's a life-giving thing, and that when we choose it, we do well. And then never let iniquity, that's like sin, have dominion over me. Don't let wrong people or wrong behavior take over and get in charge of me. Help me to stay righteous before you, Lord. Redeem me from human oppressive. And why do we ask for God to save us and protect us? So that we can keep God's precepts and do what is right. Next letter is Tzade. Tzade is Tsade, and it is like English letters combined, TS. So tz, with a T and an S. Tzade. Tzade. Verse 137, You are righteous, O Lord, and your judgments are right. You have appointed your decree in righteousness and in all faithfulness. My zeal consumes me, because my foes forget your words. Your promise is well tried, and your servant loves it. I am small and despised, yet I do not forget your precepts. Your righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and your law is the truth. Trouble and anguish have come upon me, but your commandments are my delight. Your decrees are righteous forever. Give me understanding that I may live. So again, a declaration. Well, this is a slightly different declaring that the Lord is righteous and just and has declared, but this is similar, that the Lord had decreed righteousness and faithfulness. And this, I am small and despised, yet I do not forget your precepts. Even if you're not the biggest, most in charge of anything, if you're small and nobody loves you, even you, or even I, am small and despised, can keep God's commandments, can still try to live a righteous life by the breath of God, by the help of God. So trouble and anguish have come upon me. Your commandments are my delight. Give me understanding that I may live. So as we understand God's righteousness, which lasts forever, God helps us to live. Our next Hebrew letter is letter Kof, Q-O-F, and it is aligns with English letter Q. Verse 145, With my whole heart I cry, Answer me, O Lord, I will keep your statutes. I cry to you, save me, that I may observe your decrees. Again, why are we asking God for help and to be saved? So that we can do what God wants us to do and obey and follow God's teachings. Verse 147, I rise before dawn and cry for help. I put my hope in your words. My eyes are awake before each watch of the night, that I may meditate on your promise. In your steadfast love, hear my voice. O Lord, in your justice, preserve my life. Those who persecute me with evil purpose draw near. They are far from your law. Yet you are near, O Lord, and all your commandments are true. Long ago I learned from your decrees that you have established them forever. So again, crying out, asking God for help, and that God would preserve my life and be near. Next Hebrew letter, we have three more. Resh, R-E-S-H, corresponds to English letter R. Verse 153, Look on my misery and rescue me, for I do not forget your law. Plead my cause and redeem me. Give me life according to your promise. Salvation is far from the wicked, for they do not seek your statutes. Great is your mercy, O Lord. Give me life according to your justice. Many are my persecutors and my adversaries, yet I do not swerve from your decrees. I look at the faithless with disgust, because they do not keep your commands. Consider how I love your precepts. Preserve my life according to your steadfast love. The sum of your word is truth, and every one of your righteous ordinances endures forever. So as we've heard in other sections, law, statutes, decrees, commands, word, ordinances, these synonyms for keeping the law. And again, asking for God to look on, the psalmist is asking for mercy and grace. There's many persecutors and adversaries, but I'm going to keep God's law. I'm going to do what is right. And those people, they don't even try to do what is right before God. So the next Hebrew letter is, actually there's two, sin and shin. They have them combined so that just one section, and they correspond to the English letter S. And they are actually two different letters in Hebrew. One is a sh sound and one is a s sound, but sin and shin. Verse 161. Princes persecute me without cause, but my heart stands in awe of your words. I rejoice at your word like one who finds great spoil. I hate and abhor falsehood, but I love your law. 7 times a day I praise you for your righteous ordinances. Great peace have those who love your law. Nothing can make them stumble. I hope for your salvation, O Lord, and I fulfill your commandments. My soul keeps your decrees. I love them exceedingly. I keep your precepts and decrees, for all my ways are before you. So again, psalmist is in awe of the word of the Lord, rejoicing in that word, hating falsehood, and saying that they're being persecuted without cause, but hoping for salvation and keeping God's decrees. Even if persecuted, we're going to keep God's decrees. We're going to do what is right, what God calls us to do. Last letter, Hebrew letter Tav, T-A-V, and it corresponds to an English letter T. Verse 169. Let my cry come before you, O Lord. Give me understanding according to your word. Let my supplication come before you. Deliver me according to your promise. My lips will pour forth praise, because you teach me your statutes. My tongue will sing of your promise, for your commandments are right. Let your hand be ready to help me, for I have chosen your precepts. I long for your salvation, O Lord, and your law is my delight, which is how we started at the beginning of Psalm 119, delighting in the law. Let me live that I may praise you, and let your ordinances help me. I have gone astray like a lost sheep. Seek out your servant, for I do not forget your commandments. So again, saying that the psalmist is saying that I've gone astray. Come and help me, Lord. I cry before you. Give me understanding. Deliver me. Don't forget me. Help me. But also a declaration that the psalmist will pour forth praise, sing your promise, and praise as more than, like 3 or 4 times, saying that the psalmist is like, I'm going to praise you, Lord. I'm going to do what is right. So deliver me and I will praise you and not forget your commandments, your law. So a very long psalm, 2 very long sessions, but Psalm 119, glorious, beautiful, very long, but amazing psalm about the Torah, the teachings of God, the righteousness of God, the laws, precepts, the breadth. What is it that God calls us to do? God calls us to walk in righteousness, to love God and to love other people. And what does that look like for each one of us? Sometimes it's very tempting to get arrogant and self-centered and greedy, and that is not fit with God's law. God's law is to care for God and to care for others, to love God by caring for others. And as we do things for other people, that's like doing it for God. So, beautiful psalm. I should have done it in 3 sessions instead of 2, but we are through Psalm 119, and tomorrow we will have Psalm 120. And now may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord look at you with favor and give you peace. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Go in peace. Like, subscribe, and comment. We'll see you again next time. Thank you so much for being here.